What's up, everybody, and welcome to the We Stomped You Out show, brought to you by Pop Culture Pros, and welcome to the Eli edition of We Stomped You Out, where we get to celebrate Eli. His jersey's getting brought up to the rafters on Sunday, and one of us is heading to that game. There it is. Timmy T is heading to that game, so he'll be there. He will be there. The rest of us will not. I am Steve, as always. I got Keith, who's making his We Stomped You Out debut for this season. What's up, buddy?
What's up, fellas?
The first time we see the helmet shine behind you.
Yeah, it's been
a strip show. Take it off, big guy.
Oh,
make your debut.
But All right, we got Timmy down right there in that corner, heading to the Eli game on Sunday.
Looking forward to it. Very, very excited. Very excited.
Timmy looks like he's freshly showered and combed. What's going on over there, Tim?
Actually, I'm not. I'm not even close to freshly showered and combed.
He's like, I'm the opposite of that, but thanks for noticing.
I'm smelly and ugly, but okay.
Thanks
for calling.
I got home at 1:30 last night. Didn't go to sleep till like 2:30.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, I am not fully showered and combed or anything.
How was work today, by the way, then?
CM Punk, you saw these guys, these old WWE, new AEW guys. And I watched my first AEW show ever in my life yesterday because of Timmy.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
All right. And as always, right here, I got Mr. Rodriguez. What's up, sir? How's life treating you?
What's up, people? Fantastic. I'm doing very well. I'm on this show. It's a great show. How can life be better?
Fantastic show. Yeah, it is. I did not go with the Groundhog Day stuff today, Timmy, only because out of respect for Eli, and hopefully next week we don't have to do it.
That makes sense.
Because it won't be. But as we get this started, Keith, talk to us. Let's do some Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
I know.
We had we got one viewer now. Invite your friends, one viewer. We already had.
Don't scare the viewer.
We had if they get scared, that easy. We'll have to stomp them out. We had a good Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters little skit going on, and put in the books. It was like refresher. I felt like it's been like a month. But this segment, every segment, and every moment of this show is brought to you by, well, not every moment, because there's somebody else we're going to talk about later. But stay tuned for that. But it's brought to you by BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From the roaster to your front door. Only the finest beans are hand-selected for your pleasure. Distinctly you. And if you don't like it, we'll stomp you out. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. That's the website. Check them out. Frankie, what's up, baby? There was a whole lot of Frank. I got the backdrop up. I did it for you, buddy. Thanks for joining. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. We have a lot of different flavors out there. Delicious, wonderful flavors. When I say wonderful, we're talking like morning wood wonderful. As a matter of fact, that's one of their flavors. Morning wood, one of my most favorite coffees out there. You drink a cup, your morning wood stays wood throughout the day. Is a delicious coffee, and if you
that's not a guarantee, folks. That's not a guarantee.
It's guaranteed to keep you up all day.
Guarantee, or Keith gives you the money back.
Is a guarantee. Don't take my word for anything. Take it for purely entertainment purposes.
He says.
This whole entire show is for entertainment purposes. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. Like wrestling. Say it right. Wrestling. We also have dark roast, dark chocolate. It is a dark, chocolatey, delicious flavor. If you like dark roasted coffee, which I don't, but this particular coffee is really good. I make the exception for this coffee, and it's chocolate. Problem with chocolate is you got to watch what you're doing, how much you're intaking, because the sugar, the calories, especially the calories, right, Faraj? What kind of calories does that pack in a cup?
It's the same total as the number of victories the New York Giants have this year.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Settle!
There it is.
Where did Keith go?
What
I'm
happened?
hiding from that comment.
Oh, he got upset. You got upset with me. Okay.
Don't ever say that again.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna do this the whole show when I talk.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna be like, what is it? The Hungry Hippos? No, or the whack-a-mole. Everything you gotta whack me.
Whack-a-mole.
www.brokenwatercuffroast.com. From their roaster to your front door, only the finest beans again are hand selected for your distinct pleasure. Don't copy my fingerprint.
Don't copy his fingerprint.
What?
BrooklynWaterCuffroasters.com. And if you go now, you can also go tomorrow. And if you went yesterday and use the code PopCulturePros, all capital letters, as you see scrolling on the bottom of your screen. If you don't see it, open up those peepers of yours, Jeepers Creepers, and pop that in. After you buy 2 bags, you get your 3rd bag free.
Turd.
I can't believe that. You get 3 bags for the price of 2?
The turd one.
The turd
is
one.
freaking nuts.
The best one.
There's so many flavors out there. There's like Hannah Banana. Not even gonna tell you about that. You can add 50% more
Is this
caffeine
a
to any cup.
documentary or something on Broken Water Coffee?
It is.
Company? Can we
I'm hungry
start
now.
the show?
I don't know. I got hungry.
Oh yeah,
hungry.
Rodriguez, you're right.
That is
Rachi looks
true.
like
That
he's
is
done.
true.
So
I
let me
don't
wrap
know.
this up. BrooklynWaterCuffroaster.com, from the roaster to your front door. Only the finest beans hand selected. Guaranteed to ship within
See that?
24 hours of its roast date. Go there now. PopCulturePros is your code. 3rd bag free.
Ba-da-boom.
Let's go, baby.
That's
All right,
it. That's how
so
you do it, baby.
that's coffee. I like coffee, and you read the flavors, I get hungry. All right,
Say it like a New Yorker. Stop saying it like a Floridian.
You say coffee.
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 All right. So
Cafe.
what we typically do here is we head down to Timmy and we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I do want to just say one thing before I send it over to Timmy for that. This is last week's against the football team is NFL. If you jack something up, if you get it wrong, I don't want to hear an apology. It makes it 10 times, 100 times worse. Don't do it. Just keep it to yourself. We know we got screwed, but keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear those apologies, right? Terzio said the ex-wife used to have a tight end, not anymore. But Terzio and Timmy made nice the other day.
Did they?
Right? There's a relationship forming there. So Timmy, take it away. What were some of the good things that you saw from a play perspective?
Listen,
and
Farachi,
some of the not so good things.
Well, Farachi, clear that up first, because Timmy's like the best Yankee fan I've ever known. So we got to tell that. Terzio has to understand that. I mean, I hate Yankee fans as much as the next guy, but this is not the guy to hate. Trust me, Terzio. This is the guy.
We talked about this. We talked about this on
probably the only one.
We talked about it on our NFL show that we did on Tuesday. Timmy, I think you're on mute. I think you were trying to say something before. Okay. So, but I said Timmy is the best Yankee fan ever, and Terzio apologized. So there's the makings of a solid relationship here.
That could be a good relationship.
But not the makings,
because he watches every single show. So yeah,
well, all right. Great. So that's great.
Which is why I was extremely nice the other day.
Yes, you were. Well, yeah. There was a flip switch.
It was a switch, but I didn't flip it. So.
All right. So all right, Timmy, take us to the good, the bad, and the ugly of the New York Football Giants from last Thursday evening.
Well, you should have played the Groundhog Day music, because it is the same thing: the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, and I don't care what anybody says, Daniel Jones was the good.
I don't care.
He played very well. He played almost mistake-free football last week. Much different than week one. I think he's probably the only bright spot in our offense right now, and that's disgusting. 95 yards rushing for Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
95 yards. That's a goddamn sin when you have Saquon Barkley and all that stuff in the background. The offensive line, man, we lost Gates. Gates was a major loss. Nasty injury.
But Timmy, did you see that they're talking that could be a career-ending injury now?
Oh, really? I know today they said he was out, and I was like, duh. I watched the injury.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it happen. I knew he was out this whole year. No, I didn't hear about that, though. That's pretty bad. Yep. That sucks. Man. And I even told you on the NFL show, I didn't think he was that great of a player, but he was a spiritual guy, a locker room guy, confidence guy, and sometimes that's worse to lose one of those guys than it is to lose the best player on the team. But again, no pass rush. No pass rush is there. when you have one of the best secondaries in the league, anyone's going to get open when you have that much time to throw the ball. Got to get more pressure. Got to get more pressure. Got to get more goddamn pressure. Here comes the Groundhog Day, people. Yep. Offensive line, defensive line. The ugly, well, we all know what the ugly is. The ugly is a horrible offsides call on a that didn't exist on the game-winning field goal.
The holding.
The fake holding, which cost us the game. And like you said, the referees, hey, sorry, Giants. No, sorry doesn't give us a 1-1 record.
I hate that.
Sorry puts us at 0-2 for the 405th year, whatever the hell it's been now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's got to change. It's got to change soon. It's got to change now, or you're going to see a lot of people. First person will be Jason Garrett to get the fire. So it's got to start this week.
Who got screamed at on the sidelines by Kenny Galladay. That kind of got cleared out there.
What do you guys think? How would they fix how could something like that be fixed? Let's just think it out. Maybe how could something like that get resolved? That they know it's a bad call. How would you go about overturning it? Is there a way to overturn it? Do we get a tie on it? What would happen? What options do we have?
It's just like the referee's decision is final. That's
it.
But it should be a challengeable. If it's the last play of the game, an important play of the game to win the game, to lose the game, that should be a challengeable call. Judge would have canceled it, and we would have won, and the game would have been over.
Well, that's so there's two things, right? Even if it's not a challengeable call, which is something that maybe you look down towards down the road a bit, but even if it's not challengeable, if the NFL comes out and says that they screwed up, they jacked up the call, he missed the field goal. That's it. The NFL should, and I'm speaking to this as a Giants fan, but the same holds true for any other. I'd be pissed if it was against me, but the whole purpose of this is to get calls right. What would have happened if this was a game for anybody to get into the playoffs, or if it was the playoffs or the Super Bowl?
Well, it's still any game that you lose is important in the NFL.
Right.
You can't lose a game just for shits and grins. So there's only 16, right? So you have to win as many as you can.
Let's break down Tim's point real quick, though. I mean,
what could we do?
What is the point of non-challengeable calls? What is the point? If the team has a certain amount of challenges, if they're wrong, they lose the challenges. Why is there certain points in the game, the last 2 minutes, 2-minute warning? Why do these points exist where the teams can't use those challenges? Every call should be a challenge, and if you get it wrong, then you lose your challenge. So that way the team is accountable regardless. But I don't think there should be unchallengeable moments in the game at all. Zero.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Especially game-winning field goals. That was a major call.
Any call, dude.
The game's over. Man. He pushed it right. It was a call. Should have been a non-call. For me, that's clear and obvious. You apologize for what happened, and then nothing happens. No, you apologize for what happened, and then you go on and you make the adjustment. I mean,
right? You do something
a game-ending play.
And Frank I could see some common sense to the equation that says you're asking the NFL to do the right thing. It's never going to happen.
Never.
Hopefully you're wrong, Frank.
Do you think they would have done it for the Patriots in their heyday when Tom Brady was there? Do you think they would have done it for some other team? Maybe
they would have made up a rule.
Cowgirl.
The tuck rule. Do you know?
Yeah. Tom Brady had the tuck rule. The Giants will have the fuck rule.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so as we go throughout the show, kind of like what I said at the beginning, we're going to go through some of Eli's top moments and watch it live here on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, some of the things here are a little bit older than others, so the quality of the videos, you'll see the differences as we go from the start of his career.
I'm not old enough to have lesser quality videos in my football fandom.
Yeah, right.
we had rabbit ears.
Damn you,
banging
Tim.
On the side.
I'm giving up my secrets.
All right, so flyers to change the TV, okay?
Because the knob broke off.
Knobs.
The knob broke off. That's great.
Yep,
oh man.
What's the UHF? What the hell's UHF again?
Right. The input was 2 or 3. All right, so let's get to our first clip here, and it is the first of Eli Manning's career, and think about who it was to. Here we go.
That stuff with the NBA the other night. Can you imagine, though, if they put up fans drinking beer around the field in the National Football League the way they do in the NBA? Oh. Be a fight every week.
2nd down and goal. Manning over the middle. Has his first touchdown, and it's Shockey.
There's a blast from the past. Jeremy Shockey. What a
dude. I love that dude, man.
What a great option for Eli Manning to have back then. What a safety net, man.
Yeah, I mean, we can derail this whole show for now. We're talking about Jeremy Shockey moments, but that was a great one, especially since it included our boy Eli, number 10.
Outstanding, man. Shockey, you can attribute some of the early success of Eli Manning to Shockey being that safety net as a really good tight end is supposed to be, even in today's game. But that just doesn't always happen. All right, so back to Danny Dimes. I want to talk about Daniel Jones really quick for just another couple of moments here. Team leaders, as far as stats are concerned. 516 yards so far in the first couple of games. He is 44 of 69, completing 64% of his passes through the first two, right? Averaging 319 yards a game. And his quarterback rating so far is 96. He also leads the team in rushing at 122 yards. So while it's great to have a quarterback that's mobile, shouldn't be leading the team.
Okay, why does he lead in rushing? And I'm going to answer the question. It's just I'm saying, why does he lead in rushing? Because the offensive line sucks and there's nothing left to do, and there's nobody open because the receivers aren't getting open. So either he's getting rushed and he's making something out of it, or our receivers aren't getting open, or it's because everything else is going wrong. I don't think Daniel Jones, except for designed plays, I don't think Daniel Jones, I would say, 98% of the time, his plan is, I'm going to run on this play. It's, I got to run on this play. Yeah, so so him leading and rushing, it means he's a playmaker. Like that guy in, was it Green Bay? Yeah, that guy.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's not get crazy now. Give it a minute.
Rogers heard that. Rogers is watching this. He's like, screw this. I'm winning the whole damn thing. Don't compare me to Danny Dimes.
Wait the hell up.
Give it a minute.
Well, listen, Rogers was a bench boy for a long time behind Mr. Interception.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mr. Levi, Mr. Jet. So, we have to say, I think I love Danny Jones that he can option, but I want the option to be a threat, not the go-to because everything else sucks. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening sometimes in the offense. And to Tim's point, all you naysayers for Danny Jones, there you go. Take that and eat it. And tell me what you think, how it tastes.
So Saquon has 23 attempts for 83 yards, averaging 3.6 on the ground. So 23 attempts in 2 games. That's not what Saquon is designed to do, but they are easing him very slowly into this. I will say I really have enjoyed in the first couple of games the RPO, the run pass option. That Daniel Jones is really effective at that. And now that you got Saquon back, at least that's a potential distraction for the run part of that. But I feel like Daniel Jones has taken steps forward on the run pass option to really make better decisions there.
I'm glad Saquon's not on the Ravens. That's all I have to say.
Listen, the way they're playing Saquon means they don't give a rat's butt if they win this year. Because if they really wanted to win, they wouldn't care. They'd make this guy run 30 times the first 2 games, each game easily. So the season, it's not about winning. The season is probably about building. So I think we may have to, in our heads, in our heads, we're going to have to think of saying, like, let this season go from now and just think of getting a better team. But that ain't never going to happen because we go nuts, right? Hopefully we can try to do that because this season is. I'm looking at it lost already. Unless they bring up Saquon and make him run more times, season's done. So
you know what, Roger? Because that's a good point, right? Because it's long term, it's bigger thinking. You don't want to kill this guy right away. And I think the fact that
we have to come to terms with it.
We have an extra game this year. Right, exactly. So for me, 0-2, we're done. But I think that we have an extra game this year buys us a little bit more of that leeway where 0-2 is not necessarily done, but they need to wake up and turn it around real quick because there's some tough competition coming up and they need to prove themselves. But
not this week,
I do think that extra game does buy us a little bit of space. So
but now I have that old school mentality too. But I think if he can play, let him frickin' play. Put him out there 30, 40 times for the one simple reason. What about what's his name? David Wilson. The guy never got a chance to play.
Yeah.
Career-ending injury. Never saw him play ever again.
Yep.
These guys know what they're doing. He's got his money. Throw him out there. That's what they're there for. I like the owners when the owners just treat him like meat. Treat him like
I don't agree with that either.
Guns. Treat them like hired guns is what they're out there to do. You're out there to run the ball, run the goddamn ball, and that's not being like, oh, Saquon. No, if he's ready to go, put him out there because
that's another valid argument, Tim. Because running backs' careers are short.
Very
That's
short.
another valid argument. I mean, you can bounce what you said and what Rodrigo is saying off each other all night.
We're not saying different things, though. I'm not saying anything different from him. I'm just saying this is what they're doing. We need to realize it. Tim is saying he wants him to do that, which I agree with him too.
That's every sport too, though. Every sport,
same thing.
We're going to ease him. We're going to ease him. We're going to baby him. We're going to bring. Yeah, that's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. When I'm paying you more money than most countries have for a year. No, go out there.
You know what?
Freaking
one of the big problems is that there's always this injury timeline, right? And in let's say ACL, they say 12 to 16 months, and then the rumors start that Saquon's looking great, Saquon's doing this and Saquon's doing that, and then it's okay. We can get before that 12 to 16 months. The same thing in baseball with Tommy John surgery, and the same thing in basketball with some of their ACL and Achilles injuries.
Basketball.
It's always this 12 to 16 month thing, and then they're doing this by 10 months. So we've got to be ready by 12. But if it's 12 to 16 months, if they're not ready to go full force, don't play. Don't do
it. Because if he's dressing up.
Right.
He's ready to play. If they said, look, we're not going to dress him the first 3 weeks, we're just going to keep – that's one thing. Okay,
yes.
You be precautious. If he's dressed and he's going to carry that ball, we'll get 10 touches. That's not nothing. No. You can't give him 10. That's not enough to get going. He's been out for over a year. You got to give him his touches. You got to get him going. He had that one great run because he started getting his legs. And what do? Now we're going to pull him out. Why?
Set him on the side for a – yep, exactly.
So who do you think is making the call? You think that's an on-field decision? Like a judge or one of the OC, Garrett, or
I think both.
You think that's a top?
I think it's both. I think they're just easing him back in. But like I said, if he can put on his uniform, then play him. If not, you should have sat him out the first 3 games and said, "Listen, he's wearing street clothes. He's not going to be playing the first 3 weeks. That's the end of it." Okay, fine. I respect that. But if he's wearing that uniform, he can go out there for 1 touch. He can go out there for 20 touches. He can go out for 20. He can go out for 40.
Old school, remember, it was like that. If the guy's dressed, he's going to play. Ronnie Lott cuts off a part of his pinky to play. I mean, honestly, if you got the uniform on, you should be able to play. Huh?
I will never forget.
In the training room.
It's hard to say this, but one of the most respected non-Giant players for me personally is Emmitt Smith. And I would never say that before, but I think it was not LT, but who played the opposite of LT?
Armstead.
I can't even hear you now.
Armstead during the Cowboys days? Was it Jesse Armstead?
I don't know if it was Armstead or if it was Leonard Marshall. Somebody dislocated Emmitt Smith's shoulder, and he played the remainder of the game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So, do I like him? No. Do I respect the hell out of him? Hell yes. That dude went right back in the game. And Giants did that back in those days too. Am I saying
broken fingers? Yeah, tape it up.
Well, that's back in the day when everybody just shoved shoulders back into sockets, and that's back in the day. That doesn't.
And like
very rare that happens.
Has anyone here ever torn their ACL?
Concussion, shushmushin.
You did?
I'm going back in.
I tore my everything. ACL, MCL, everything. I tore it all up in the same
So now,
day.
like I said, so you know when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the doctors say do this at this stage, and they said in 5 months you can do this, and some things I was ready for, some things I wasn't.
You can say now you didn't go out there and play professional football,
right?
But you still knew when you were ready to do things that you couldn't do before.
Yep, I still play football and basketball. I did that.
If you're ready to put that uniform on, you're ready to freaking play.
Timmy, let me tell you something. Those trainers are amazing, dudes. Those trainers are amazing. They will get you out there. If you're able to play, they'll get you out there. And I tell you that from experience with that baseball thing that I did, I thought I was going to die. They were able to get me to move and play 2 games a day. Look, if they can do it to me, they can do it to these premier athletes. So that mother son of a gun should be able to play like you guys.
The cryo chambers. I saw this big thing about cryo chambers. Bill Simmons went into a cryo. He was like, his daughter had something with her back, so she went into the cryo chamber. He said, everybody's going in there, coming out great, refreshed. He was like, I came out there, I felt like I got shot. I was freezing. He was like, it was just 2.5 minutes. But he said, I have a knee thing and a shoulder thing, and for the next week and a half, 0 pain out of either area. This is chronic. So maybe that's a thing.
There's tools out there to get them on the field.
For sure. I mean,
so whatever.
Plasma, everybody's doing these things. Tom Brady's doing his thing, but to wrap up all 3 of you guys all 3 kind of touched on this.
Sell. That's how he's staying young.
He's doing all good.
You want me to wrap
this
up?
Thing. That's the thing. He's
no,
doing.
not Keith. Keith, don't wrap up. Not for me. But you talk about the running back and how short their careers are. If you're just going to put this guy out here for 10 touches a game, he's basically losing 2 seasons now. Last year tearing the ACL, and this year let me run 10 times a game. On the receiving side, Shepard has 19 targets for 207. So he almost doubles everybody else. Darius Slayton, 13 targets, 6 catches. Should have been 7.
Should have been like 10.
That dude should be killing it. That dude should be.
Oh yeah, I was just the one I was thinking about.
The one important one. Yeah, but you should have like 10 catches.
Galladay has 14 targets at 102, and then Barkley. If you're not doing it running game, maybe your dump off passes. No, Barkley has 6 targets, 3 catches for a total of 13 yards. So,
real quick. Let me ask you one more question about that. The whole thing. And I know, Frank, get ready. You're gonna want to touch yourself in a second. I'm bringing up the Mets right now. But how old is Jacob Degrom? How old is he?
32. 32.
So he's 32 years old now. I know 32 is not old anymore as far as sports go. But when he comes back next year, do you want to ease him in slowly? No, you want him to go out there and fucking pitch 7-8 innings and blow guys away with the fastball. You don't want to just throw your slider and just throw your curve, and we're going to take you out after 3 innings. You don't want that bullshit. He's 32 years old. Let him go out there and throw the goddamn ball.
But it's probably what's going to happen. And
exactly.
It's the I'm going to mute myself real quick, but it starts with a P. It's the of the nation. It starts with a P, and I added cation to the word.
No, I get it. Now, if he's a 21-year-old phenom who's got 15 years ahead of him, I get it. He's 32.
Yeah.
Next year, don't throw 100 miles an hour. We want you to throw 60, throw a curveball and a slider, and you're out after 25 pitches. Are you kidding me?
Well, look what they were going to do
nowadays.
with Syndergaard. If he does come back in the last little bit, he can only throw his fastball and changeup. Doctor said no slider, no curveball. So it's happening all over.
Don't come back until you're ready. Then
right, exactly, Tim. I could see that coming off of an injury, saying, "Hey, we don't want you throwing this kind of pitch just yet because it's going to tweak that nerve. It's going to tweak that tendon. The way you flick your elbow, the stress you put on it. I can see that. Then why are you coming back? Then you should come back A, as a closer, or B, as somebody who just sits and continues to work out in between, not starts, but in between.
The games don't matter anymore.
We're
talking baseball, but the games don't matter anymore. So they let them come back and use this as a spring training. So
and I know Saquon's so young.
Football's
so
a little different.
You do want to be precautious with him, but like I said, it's a physical sport. If he can go out, if he can dress, and if he can make a cut, which he's making very good cuts.
He's done, yeah.
Very good cuts he's making. Give him 40 touches.
He makes
what he could do.
Not as good, but he makes modern day Barry Sanders-esque cuts. He really does.
He's got good vision.
I'm not calling him Barry Sanders. Guy too. He's not as good as Barry Sanders, but he does make those kind of stop, move cuts, and you don't see that in the NFL today. And if he's doing that, and he's able to continue playing, he's not hurt. So I agree 100%.
Maybe they'll open it up. Maybe they'll open it up next week.
Real good vision.
Maybe it's this week against that opponent.
When he sees that hole, he's like, I see that. I'm going to cut. But the hole closes too quick because our offensive line sucks. That's the problem.
I would like.
That's a good point.
I would like to. I would like to see. I would like to see him take more of a, and it's another curse word for Giants fans, but I would like to see him take more of a Tiki Barber type role, overall yardage. I would like to see him get 1,200 rushing yards, 700 passing yards. I would love to see that.
Oh, well, his first year he had 2,100 scrimmage yards.
Right, yeah.
So he can get back to that. You can't do it on 10 touches a game, though. So let's get to our next Eli clip here as we forge ahead. Nice. Next Eli, we'll talk about it on the flip side. Here we go.
In week 2 of the 2006 season, the Giants trailed the Philadelphia Eagles 24-7 in the fourth quarter before Eli Manning would lead a comeback surge.
Manning takes the snap, throws it into the end zone for Toomer, makes the catch, touchdown, he got his feet down. And with 3:28 to go, the Giants are right back in it. And now here's Jay Feely to try a field goal to send this game to overtime. Snap, clock, tick on its way, plenty of leg, and it is good!
And in overtime, Eli would march Big Blue on an 85-yard drive, culminating with this fantastic finish.
3rd and 11, drops back, blitz on, heaves it left for Plaxico Burress, who makes the catch for a touchdown! And the Giants have won in overtime, and they come on the field in Bob Manning! The Giants score 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter and win it, and Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia is stunned.
All right, so that was that. How great was? I know we're talking about Eli, but how great was Amani Toomer?
My favorite receiver of all time. That's what I was gonna say. Is Giants all time. Definitely Amani Toomer. That guy Toomer has done so much for this organization. Tuma. It's not the Tuma. I mean,
not a Tuma.
But in a short span before he shot himself in the leg, Plaxico was one of the most impactful receivers, most impactful free agency pickups that we ever did. Great. Plaxico was so good in 2007. But the best receiver, in my opinion, of all time, in my lifetime, I love Amani Toomer so much.
Hands.
His longevity, his loyalty to the team, his sure hands, that sideline catch in 2007 World Series, Super Bowl. He was a lot of the reason why Plaxico. We got to the point where Plaxico can make that fade catch in the end zone. How
about that throw?
I'm getting goosebumps. I love
the throw. It's the throw.
Rodriguez. Eli, everybody who had all this crap to say about Eli during, but Eli on that play, and that's not the only time that he ever made that play, is backing up off his back foot, gets perfect everything on it perfectly into the hands of Plaxico Burress. Come on, get out of here.
That's knowing what Plaxico's going to do. That's knowing the play and knowing when he's going to cut and anticipating. It's something they practice all the time, and he's got the touch. The kid was fantastic, man. Come on, we've got two world championships out of him.
He was the fourth quarter king, man. Fourth quarter king.
Two, man. And who did he beat? Who did he beat?
Suck for 3. Right, but he might suck for 3. That fourth quarter, forget it.
Wow. Yeah, it was like that. It was like that meme that used to come out, and it had.
That is
it was.
True.
Yeah, it was vertical, and it showed cartoons of Eli being goofy, and then it showed him in the fourth quarter like Superman.
And like lightning,
yeah,
and all that shit.
He was
the glasses.
Even in Ole
deal
Miss,
with it.
right? Ole Miss was his college. Even Ole Miss, he was
Mr.
Clutch, and that's his mo. And I hope Tom Brady wins. A lot of people are going to get pissed off at this, but I hope Tom Brady wins another championship this year. Why? Because it's another championship he won to expand his world of championships, but there's two he will never get back, and that's against us, baby.
Right. Exactly.
You missed
that'll hurt him.
Right on the NFL show today, I said, Tom Brady could be around another 5 years. If he is, he might be facing Archie Manning in a Super Bowl.
Yes,
Archie Manning's on his way up.
Yeah,
little Archie's getting ready to go to college.
Who said that? I saw it on the show. Man. Anyway,
I would love another Manning on the team, but we'll see what happens.
Let's do it. Well, no, we got Dimes. Come on, let's see what he can do. All right,
still 5 years away. 6 years away, so it's all right.
We'll do one more clip, and then we'll get to our picks, and then we'll on the other side of that, then we'll talk about the Falcons, and then we'll get these clips going, and then we'll hit the road jack. This one I remember crystal clear because it did two things. I was watching this game with a Redskin fan, and I was also playing this person in fantasy football, and then this happened. Made me win both my fantasy game, and the Giants got a victory too.
Keep the drive alive on a 3rd down and 2. As Manning looks to Cruz, and he will race to the end zone. Victor Cruz is in the slot, and they've got Josh Wilson on him at the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if he was anticipating any help from Madu Williams or not. Madu Williams sits to the outside. They were not anticipating, or at least he wasn't, that Cruz was going to run a go route right through the heart of that deep.
Look at the ridiculous speed on Cruz.
So fast, man.
Holy shit, man. But that won my fantasy game. I had Eli and Cruz, and won the actual game. But a minute left, and that's what Eli did.
Beautiful pass. And Victor Cruz is a really good guy. Really good guy. Still involved with the organization in a lot of ways. Once a Giant, always a Giant. That was a great
one
clip
defender
right there,
was in Eli's face, and he's just like,
oh yeah.
Nope.
Eli was not. I'll say one thing about Eli: as goofy and those looks he had, like he was terrified. He was not scared to stay in the pocket if he knew he was going to get a play in.
He's a man, boy. He's out there. He took it. He's goofy
and
as
he
hell.
Didn't miss a game until freaking.
He's there.
Let's not mention any names on this particular show.
So Victor Cruz, love him. That was a great clip, Roch. Thank you. Brought back some great memories right there.
That one gave me goosebumps. All right. A little bit of
Morning wood.
Morning wood. All right. Let's get to our picks. So for the picks, I do have the standings here.
You have mine?
Last week. I have your picks here. Yes, I do. So I do have the standings so far for us. Timmy's 20-12 to start the year. Rodriguez is 19-13 to start the year. One game behind. Keith, 18-14. And
suck it.
And bringing up the rear. This guy, 16-16 for the season.
So
I made I'm not a.
At least you're 500. It's all right.
But Rodriguez and Keith, do you guys remember? I mentioned this to Timmy the other day. Do you remember a few years back before producer Joe got involved? He was like, "You guys aren't even picking against the spread. You guys have bad records. You guys should be way over 500." So last week, producer Joe not picking against the spread because that's not what we do. He went 7-9, and he went 7-9 the first week. So producer Joe, who yelled at us saying that we should be better.
14-18, baby.
Sits at 14-18 to start the season.
Love you, Joe, but
oh boy.
But let's get to our picks.
It's a long season.
Yes. It really is, especially the extra week.
But it would be nice, producer Joe. It would be nice to see him suck it because he talks so much crap sometimes.
I've got to get yeah, maybe we should bring him on the NFL show one of these days and make his picks live.
Producer Joe, you should.
He's not going to do it.
Well, what we can do is, because he's not going to watch this show, so I can just put the plan out there for everybody here. We can quickly say, hey, we're going to do a Jet show because we want to be like all New York and all of us put a Jet background. And as soon as he pops on, we switch our backgrounds to Giants and we start saying, listen, we want to talk about how much the Jets suck. He will hang up so quick.
But he does own up to it. He's happy for Sam Darnold, and he's saying, the Jets are ruining another quarterback.
They are. I'll be honest. Slogan. I actually had hope this year, and I always wish they don't because I have friends like I love you, George, but George, who is a Jets fan, and
better than us.
They torture me with Jets nonsense. But I actually had hope that they got rid of Gase, which was the dumbest decision in NFL history, not just Jets history, NFL history. So I had hoped they would do good this year. But I should know the same organization that picked Adam Gase as their head coach will still F it up.
They're going to win one game this year, I think. One game somewhere.
If they're lucky.
They're going to win.
Keith, what would George do
they're going to play
Canarsie? Actually won a championship. I think his head would explode.
He would.
I mean, the poor guy. The poor guy is a Jets, a Mets, and a Knicks fan.
If I know George, he'd probably open up a bottle of cognac. He'd roll up a fatty. He'd sit back and just relish the moment, which I totally 100% respect. I think George would totally just sit back and there you go, George.
George, am I wrong?
Terzio, wait. Open up a bottle of cognac, roll up a fatty, and just sit back and relish the moment.
Speaking of which, hang on.
Timmy, you got some ammunition here when you come back. Jets. Hey, watch your mouth. I root for them, says Terzio.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
All right, George says Jets are the youngest team in the NFL.
That was short-lived.
What's up, G?
Jets have a lot of talent. I just hope that their new GM and everything makes the right decisions because they're so consistently making bad decisions. They are the Mets of the NFL. The Mets got new ownership. The Jets changed things around. Hopefully they can both make things a little better.
I don't care about the Jets. All right, Jets. No, Terzio. Come on, 6-10. Where are the wins coming from? 6-10.
4 and
3 and 2 and. What are we doing here?
2 and 15.
Listen. This is my promise to you guys. My solemn vow that I'm making on the air right now. If
Hold your right hand up. Hold your right hand up as you say it.
Well, I have the bottle in my right hand, but okay. If Daniel Jones brings us a Super Bowl. Not only are we going to shove it in a lot of people's faces, we're going to bust this bad boy open. This is Super Bowl 46 special edition. That's why the wax is blue and white for the Giants. It's a Giant special edition Maker's Mark. And I don't drink this because it'll kill me. But you know what? I will fly down there and we were going to drink this on the air and just laugh at people.
I will say I don't know if I'll can't pay for the whole ticket because I got a lot going on financially, but I will chip in a significant amount of your airfare cost and give you a place to stay. My house.
Nice. That's all I need.
I'll be in my new house. Wait, no, I'll still be in my 1 bedroom. So it's gonna be tight by then.
Party, baby!
My new house ain't ready yet, but you're welcome to stay, bro. I got a comfy couch outside.
Wait, we're talking about Daniel Jones winning right now, and it's not gonna happen this year. So you got time.
This year. That's
right.
You got
time.
Okay, if it's next year, we're good. Yeah, my grandson's sleeping on the couch.
You can save up the money.
I'll ask him to give you a report. I'll ask him to give you a report how comfy the couch is.
3 or 4 years.
So that's my promise. That's my promise.
I like it.
Shout out to my grandson Jaden, who's a huge Giants fan. He'll be here with us if that's the case.
Let's do it. Take a little shot. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get to our picks for this week. Starting off with tonight's game, which is about an hour and 25 minutes away. The Panthers and the Texans. Carolina 2-9 all time on Thursday night. Is that worse or better than us? But Keith, we'll start out with you. Who you got in this one?
Who are the picks? I'm sorry, I don't remember who I.
Panthers and Texans.
I think I picked the Panthers.
You did pick the Panthers.
Yeah.
Is this just gonna be me telling everybody who picked who?
No, I'm pulling up my picks right now. I apologize.
Okay. No, don't apologize. You. Okay, Rodriguez
apologize
says yes.
Yes
for me.
Rodriguez
says yes for me.
And you ball it up and you'll shove it into your nose.
Easy.
I said nose.
All right, so you got the Panthers.
Sure.
Timmy.
Panthers, baby.
Panthers. Rodriguez went with the Panthers. That is a clean sweep. And if you're playing fantasy and for some reason the Panthers defense is still available, go get him.
John also takes the Panthers. Good job, John. We agree.
See, John's calling me out here. We usually have the over/under, the spread. I didn't do my homework this week because it's Eli week. But
we also don't pick by the spread, so it is what it is.
It's good. But it's good to see.
He's
all
a
right, next
degenerate gambler, Keith. Of course he knows the spread. That's what he's trying to say.
Where's Joe when you need him? Speaking of gamblers.
I am. Screw you, Steelers, for last week. Colts and Titans. Colts and Titans kickoff Sunday, which is September 26th, which is my brother Stuart's birthday. So, in advance, happy birthday! Love you, man. Colts,
happy birthday,
Titans.
Stuart.
You guys went to the same high school around the same time, Rodriguez.
Really?
Yeah. Haven't we talked about this before? You guys are
on
the
same. I call
same.
him Stewie, or does he get pissed off? Like
No,
he
has a tattoo, Stewie. He's good.
Oh,
yeah, you call
happy birthday, Stewie.
All right, so Colts, Titans. Indy has won 8 of the last 9 road games. That's a weird thing to happen, but the Colts have won 8 of the last 9 road games in Tennessee. I will go first. I'm still going with Titans. I don't care what that says. The Titans are going to win this football game. Keith, who you got here?
I definitely have to go with the Colts to lose.
Of course you do.
The Titans are going to kill them. Let's go, baby.
Timmy. See,
this is. If I've
matter.
heard that one a million times.
Doesn't matter. You know the Titans screw me every time. So whoever I pick, you pick the opposite people. That's my betting for you guys.
Pick the Colts.
Okay.
I picked the Titans.
Oh, fudge. Oh,
damn. He just upset everybody.
Man.
You just caused Noah Syndergaard to hold his own head.
Shoot. Oh, here we go.
In the
That's
world.
Weird. I don't know what he's saying.
That was weird. All right, well, I also went with the Titans, and so did Rodriguez. So this is going to be.
Yeah, we have to.
This is going to be.
Man.
No, this is a test. This is a test. We're reversing the curse this week.
Dude,
that's what's happening.
If the curse stays, we almost this game then, because I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna try to help Timmy reverse the curse. But if he still curses us,
John says Wentz is hurt. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the Colts. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right.
0-2 for the Titans this year already. 0-2 for Titans games already this year.
You're like 0-90 with the Titans. Last year. Okay, I'm going with Titans. Yeah, rough. Let's do it. Let's go.
But I still won.
I'm looking around for a win on this particular Titans game since Tim picked.
All right, we'll switch. We'll jump over our game because we'll do that at the end as always. Next up on this list is the Chargers heading to the Chiefs. The Chiefs have won 31 of 35 games against AFC West opponents. Talk about domination, Jesus Christ! Did anybody pick against the Chiefs?
No, Chiefs are at home. Right. You cannot pick against the Chiefs. I didn't anyway.
I think they lost last week at home, but not to a team like
not to right. I mean, yeah.
All right, let's look at the.
It was just thunder that went outside. It sounded like World War III going on.
Oh, is that what you're reacting to?
Yeah.
All right, next step. Might be mine. Next step in the Eli celebration of Eli. Here we go, and we all know this very well.
Came close to a game-ending interception. Well, that's about as demonstrative as you're going to see Eli Manning. Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet, airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree inside the 25, and a timeout taken.
So that
so emotional when I see that. I just can't.
That's goosebumps, baby. And I've had
I want to like lick Tyree's helmet.
No. I've had alternate nightmare scenarios where the whistle is blown.
Oh,
you know what?
Because it was about to happen. It was about to happen.
They have it.
The ref said it. The ref said if he didn't see Eli. If he would have saw him, he might have blown the whistle, but he didn't see him.
God.
Until he got out. So I was like, I couldn't blow the whistle until I saw where
right
it was.
here.
So yeah, thank God he didn't see them.
Oh my God! All right, next up on this this slate, Bengals and the Steelers. Cincinnati 1-5-1 on the road since 2019. I'm sorry, 1-15-1, 1-5-1. 1-15-1, a winning percentage of 0.88 on the road since 2019, the lowest in the NFL. I don't want to pick the Steelers because I hate the Steelers because they screwed me last week against the Raiders, but I got to go with the Steelers. We're going to reverse here. Rodriguez, who you got in this one?
I think I picked the Bengals.
You did.
They graded out.
Deserved. Steelers deserve to lose to the Bengals.
Listen, I like the Steelers personally, but I'm gonna be non-emotional pretty much about every pick except the Giants this year. So Bengals.
All right, Timmy. Steelers
at home.
I'm picking them, but I hope they lose.
I know.
Keith.
Me too. I hope they lose too.
Yeah, you do really hope. Keith.
I have to.
Keith.
What?
Hey Keith. Keith.
I have
who are you gonna pick? Keith.
What? I have to say every time you say my name, I'll interrupt my own sentence. I have to say I like how you just take quiet after I said that. I have to say I'm going with. You know me very well, Faraj. I have to say I'm going with the.
Whoa.
That was amazing. I have to say I'm going with the Steelers, but also, but if it was Monday, I would pick the Bengals because it would be just another manic Monday. Corny joke of the week.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
All right.
But I'm going with the Steelers for sure.
All right. Next up.
Have that music, remember Faraji?
We did. StreamYard, get me a soundboard. All this fancy stuff here. Can't get a soundboard.
I know.
All right. Next up, still in the 1 o'clock window, we got Justin Fields making his first NFL start for the Bears. They head into Cleveland to play the Browns. Keith, who you got in this one?
I'm going with the Browns. Come on. Every time I pick the Bears, they suck. And I'm like, this is a good week for the Bears.
It's Browns never a good week for the Bears.
Yeah,
I said Bags.
I'm like, the Bears got it. The Bears are looking good.
Timmy.
The Browns.
Yep, Brownies.
Rodriguez.
Doo-doo time.
Doo-doo. Yeah, the Browns. John, thanks. There, we got a little sweep there. Next up, another lopsided deal here. The Ravens head into Detroit. Rock City to play the Detroit Lions, who have allowed... Dude, our defense is bad. Detroit has allowed 30 or more points in 8 straight games. My God.
We only allowed 29 last week.
Yeah. Actually, or did we score it? Oh, is it 28, 29? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody picking the Lions here for the sake of time? No.
I think I did.
Did you? Lions. Which, coming off an emotional victory last week, it's a potential. And I would like to see the Ravens lose, but the Terzio's got them winning 34-10.
Is there any other more embarrassing organization in the entire NFL than the Lions? Just curious, because to me they're
for such a long time, right?
Well, Browns up until a couple of months ago.
The Jaguars.
You got us with the Jets into that mix, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Jets at least have had some. Oh yeah, you do actually.
Jags.
Yeah, you're right.
The Jets had success in 2015.
That's a whole other show. Maybe we'll revisit that conversation.
Crappy teams and the fans that follow them. All right. Next up, Saints. The Saints go marching in to Gillette to play the Patriots, which Jameis Winston, or we're going to get this week. The Patriots are 59-17 versus the NFC since 2002. 59-17. Keith, who you got in this one?
This was a tough pick, and I'll tell you why. Because I think the Saints with Winston, really, they're a really good team. But I do think that Parcells and his coaching staff will find a way to manipulate Winston and break him down and win that game. So I'm going with the Patriots.
By the way, breaking news, Bill Parcells is the new head coach of the Patriots.
Whoa, he's still alive, Bill Parcells?
You said Parcells.
I thought he died
I said Parcells?
I thought last week he died.
Yeah.
Wow, Belichick. Wow, I did say Parcells. That's terrible. That is terrible.
Keith's like looking like football god. He's like, Steve Faraci, why are you mentioning Bill Parcells?
Yeah, I did not realize that. It just came out like subconsciously. Belichick. I think Belichick and his coaching staff will find a way to pick apart Winston and destroy the Saints. But yeah,
Timmy,
I agree. Patriots.
Rodriguez.
Patties.
The Pats. I got the Pats also. Next up on the list, the Cardinals heading to Jacksonville to play the Jags. 2-0 versus 0-2. Jacksonville has lost 17 straight games. There's no, since this or against that. The Jacksonville Jags have lost 17 straight games and 6 by 10 or more points. The Cardinals' offense is just sick. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals here easily here. Rodriguez.
Cards.
The Cards. Timmy.
Cardinals.
The Cards.
Ditto.
The Cards. John loves the big tuna, and John is also going with Arizona. All right, let's hit the next video here for our old buddy Eli, who is having his jersey retired on Sunday, and you know what's coming.
Let's go to the video.
39 seconds left. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Go. Let's go. Are you kidding me? I will tell you, I watched that Super Bowl. I watched with several Patriots fans. There's guys who they're Patriots fans. Now they're Tampa fans. Used to be Dolphin fans. Those kind of guys. And the one person who was in my face the entire game scored that touchdown. He was nowhere to be found. He locked himself in the bathroom. Didn't want to hear anything from anybody. Get out of here. Plaxico, baby. Eli.
I had to watch half the game at work. They let me go early. I ran
awful.
home. But I still watched
Worst
the whole
thing
game.
I've ever heard in my life.
Halftime, I ran home because I was only 5 minutes from work. Got into the house. My son just came home. And when that touchdown happened, my son and I hugged each other, jumped in the middle of the living room, and cried almost. Or we did. I'm not sure. If we did, I have no embarrassment over that. It was amazing.
Awesome.
It was amazing.
Just an amazing time to be alive as a Giants fan. Next up, the football team from Washington, used to be called the Redskins, head to Buffalo to play the Bills, coming off a 35-0 pounding of the Dolphins. Buffalo's won 7 out of their last 8 games against the football team. Easily for me, I'm going Buffalo here. Anybody going Washington?
Absolutely not.
Negative.
Not just based off of how they killed.
Negatory.
Not even in the comments.
Miami.
Bills.
Bills are really good. I mean, they really are. So, yep.
Here's the thing, Keith, about the Dolphins game. The Dolphins head coach, Tim, we talked about the other day. Brian Flores says, we beat ourselves out there. No. It's 35-0. You didn't beat yourselves. You got whooped.
You got outplayed, G.
17-14 and a misplay on the last drive, you beat yourself. 35-0, you got beat, buddy. Sorry.
Dolphins have a really good team. I am not downplaying the Dolphins, but there's that
it's a
next
secret
level.
Dolphins fan crap coming up again, Parachi.
Not secret. I'm a Dolphins fan. I root for the Dolphins.
He supports the whole, but Tua. I don't know about Tua, man.
100% of the time, yeah.
I don't know about
Dolphins
Tua.
are my AFC team, and I live near Miami, so I'm good with it. But
this year we
Bills
played
are
them.
just that next level. Bills are the team to watch this year, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. It's between them and KC and maybe Pittsburgh or Ravens. Those 4 teams.
Wait, sorry, I missed something. Hold on a second. Wait, you're saying the Dolphins are in the running with KC and those teams?
We never said
I said
that.
Bills, KC, Ravens.
Okay. Yeah, well, what happened was the technology lady heard that name, and so I didn't hear what you said there. I thought because you were talking about the Dolphins when it cut. So I thought you were putting the Dolphins in the same
I have no
sentence
idea
as
why
the
you
Chiefs.
pointed at your crotch and said technology lady, but okay, we can continue.
Technology lady. All right. Next up, we start the 4 o'clock games. The Jets, 0-2, head to the Broncos, who are 2-0 after facing the Giants and the Jags. The Jets have lost 11 straight games in September. Longest active streak in the NFL. I got the Broncos here pretty handily. Everybody else, I think. Keith? I don't know. Keith?
Yeah.
All right, that's the start of the 4 o'clock window. Next up, Dolphins, the aforementioned Dolphins, heading to the 2-0 Las Vegas Raiders. But on the flip side of that, Miami has won 7 of their last 8 games against the Raiders, but the Raiders are looking a little bit different this year. Terzio has the Jets winning 17-16. Get out of here, Terzio. Not going to Denver and doing anything about. I don't even know if the Jets are going to score in that game.
Terzio. They're all going to pass out from the altitude. They're too stupid to be ready for it.
All right, Raiders. We got Raiders here. Anybody picking the Jets here? I mean the Dolphins. Sorry.
I actually did.
Who did I
I knew it.
I think the Dolphins are going to upset. I know Tua's down, but I think the Dolphins are going to upset. And I honestly don't think the Raiders are as good as they appear to be. We'll see.
I don't either.
What's their record?
They stole money from me. They're 2-0.
2-0.
They stole money from me against the Steelers.
1-1 being the Dolphins right now.
I hope Dolphins win for their sake, but they won't.
Terzio says, "Listen, I'm Italian and don't make fun of my teams." It's all good fun. I like all this back and forth stuff.
So you're Italian. You support your Joe Girardi fan.
Girardi. All right, next game up. The Seahawks are going to go to Minnesota so that the Vikings can find out another way to lose a football game. Seattle's won 6 straight against the Vikings. Hopefully it doesn't come down to a field goal here. Keith, who you got in this one?
I'm not sure. I got to check my picks. I picked the Vikings to win. I know it's an upset victory, but they're due. Vikings are a good team. They're at home, and I'm going Vikings.
All right, Timmy.
The Hawks from the sea.
The Hawks from the sea. Mr. Rodriguez.
Vikings.
You went
Vikings
with the Vikings.
because they're at home.
Yep.
I'm
sure it's. I want to say the Seahawks were favored by like 3, but you know it's the Seahawks. So hopefully the Vikings don't come down to a field goal because we know how that story will end. Next up, let's talk about Eli Manning. Let's go to another Eli Manning clip. We have a few more, couple more games, and then we'll get closed out here. Here we go.
And if they throw something quick and get out of bounds, they're going to have a chance for Lawrence Tynes field goal. Be a 55-yard try from here, and now instead they're going for it all. The pass is caught for the touchdown. Unbelievable. Hakeem Nicks on a last-second heave by Eli Manning. The play that set it up, and then 37 yards to Hakeem Nicks for a remarkable touchdown here in Lambeau.
How about Hakeem Nicks, baby? You heard Aikman is talking on the side. Aikman said, "Oh, you got one more play, and you can set up Tynes for a field goal, which would have tied it up." That was the year that the Giants just left Aaron Rodgers in the dust.
It was a good one
in the playoffs. All right. Speaking of playoffs, this might very well be something that transpires later in the year, and it's the Bucs heading to Los Angeles to play the Rams. 2-0, 2-0. It is Tom Brady's first career game ever in Los Angeles. Does that scare him at all? Yeah, he's what is he? 44. He's never played in Los Angeles. Keith, who you got?
Ooh, scary.
The showman Tom Brady will come out with the victory. Bucks.
Timmy.
Bucks.
The Bucks. Rodriguez.
The other team.
Ramalama Ding Dongs.
Ooh.
Which, this is very evenly matched. I think the Bucks are like a 1-point favorite here. So really could go either way.
Easy game of the week this week, I think.
Easily. And it's you ever see the matchups like number one starter versus number one starter in baseball, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be great. Oh, final score is 8-7. So the build up is all the time, right? I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I probably should go with the Rams. I picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl this year. I probably should go with the Rams, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks for some reason. I'm not betting this game. I'm staying away from it. Brady's not taking any of my money. We take from him. We don't take.
That's right.
Tampa says Terzio. John says the Bucks. The Sunday night game is the Packers with Aaron Rodgers heading to face the team that he grew up rooting for against the 49ers. He's 5-6 all-time versus San Francisco. He's never beaten them in the playoffs. So he is 5-2 regular season. Is it good, angry Aaron Rodgers, or is it the Rodgers that we saw against the Saints? Keith, who do you have in this one?
I got the angry Rodgers in Green Bay to take it.
You do. Angry Rodgers. Last week he was angry Rodgers last week. Timmy.
I took the 49ers, didn't I?
You sure did.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I just think the Packers are a mess, man. It's got nothing to do with Rodgers. It's just they're just a mess right now.
Agreed. I took the Niners myself. I think they're gonna win. Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is mad because his ex-girlfriend is pregnant from John Mulaney, a skinny comedian that weighs 100 pounds.
Well, and then there's no jeopardy. He didn't get to leave Green Bay. It's just been a rough year for Aaron Rodgers.
John Mulaney. John Mulaney's married.
John Mulaney's not married anymore, buddy.
Oh, really?
He was married.
Shabam.
Well, that doesn't stop you from doing certain things, right?
I thought he was happily married, I should say.
All right. I picked the 49ers also, just because they're at home, and I think that the Packers are also working through some things here. Here's another just fantastic Eli moment here. Here we go.
Four-man rush. Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it.
I'm going to start that again, but how do you fit the pass in there? It doesn't make any sense. Look at it again. Watch it. Look at this window that he throws it into.
Four-man rush. Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham. Along the sideline, they're going to spot the ball at the 50-yard line.
This is absolutely brilliant. If he makes this play, let's watch his feet. Clean catch. I think he got him.
That was 2011 Super Bowl, right? I actually watched that with a Patriot fan.
That was nice.
Have you guys ever?
Happened,
Belichick.
Yes.
When that catch happened,
Parcells.
the Patriot fan looked at me and said, "You guys just have our number. We're losing again."
I was at a Super Bowl party that year, and I was more reserved than I was that first time around. And a Dolphin fan comes over to me and says, "I don't know, bro. I don't know how you could be so calm." I said, "Been there, done that, bro. We just beat the Patriots a few years ago. We got
look at him.
this."
Look at him acting like a baby child.
It's like this cocky guy, Giants fan. All right, that's the Sunday slate. Now Monday night, we have the Eagles against the Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles have lost 3 straight games against Dallas in Dallas. Both teams are 1-1. We hope for a tie, or no, I don't know what we hope for.
But it never ends.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys only because they're at home. That's my reason. That's my reason. Keith, who you got?
I wish I could go for a double L, but I also got the Cowgirl. The team in Dallas.
Say it.
We them boys.
Oh the non-binary boys, the cowgirl boys, the cowboys.
Timmy.
Whatever.
Keith, stop before you get in trouble.
I got them girls.
Them girls.
I got them girls.
Terz just said hopefully the game gets canceled.
How about them girls?
Rodriguez went with the girls also. So that's a clean sweep. I'm putting up Terzio. Terzio, you told me about the PG rating the other day, but I'm putting this up.
Oh,
F him.
Look at Terzio. Wow.
That's Timmy. That's got to win some points. That a little bit of points there brought back. I think Terzio's inching his way into your graces. All right. As we typically do, we wrap back around and we talk real quick about the Giants game. So it's going to be Giants at home against the Falcons. The Falcons are allowing 40 points per game this season. Their defense was shredded by obviously Brady and company last week. Both teams are 0-2. It's at MetLife. It's 1:00 on Sunday afternoon. Matt Ryan looks old. They can't make plays to their playmaking tight end because Matt Ryan looks old. The running game is Mike Davis. It's not elaborate. It's not great. You got rid of Julio Jones, who went off for over 100 yards the other day with the Titans. So I say all that to say the Giants are winning this football game. For the love of God, the Giants are winning this football game, and they are doing it by a score of 27-13. The New York Football Giants win by 2 touchdowns against Matt Ryan and the Falcons heading into Jersey. Keith.
I had a similar spread, 24-10.
Oh, I think spread yourself similarly.
I think the Giants are going to I think we could potentially score even more than that. I think the Giants are going to really show up. I think there's going to be some really good coaching adjustments in terms of the game plan. And I think the emotion of the Eli Day is going to carry through the game as well, if not at least through the first half. And Giants are going to win 24-10.
John, you hurt my heart, John. You hurt my heart.
Wow.
What, give us a score on that one, John. We just score for the Giants game. Terzio says 27-17. Okay, Giants.
Hey guys, on that note, I may need to just jump off another minute or two here.
Go for it, and we'll wrap it up. Yeah. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Deuces, dude.
I'm picking the Giants, and if they lose, it'll be the last time I pick them for the rest of the year. I'll revise my original how many wins they had statement.
To 0.
I actually see a 31-21 Giants win.
I'm down with it. All right, Rodriguez.
Wow. You guys really think the Giants can score that much, huh? Wow.
Danny Dimes is putting up 3 touchdowns. Listen, I'm going a step further. 3 touchdowns for Daniel Jones this week.
If Saquon plays, only if they really let him loose, will the Giants score over 21 points. Otherwise, for me, I'm looking 21 to 14. But if they bring in Saquon, you're easily 30. They'll let him play. So that's my
let him play, man.
Let him play. Let him run 30. Let him run 30 times. Timmy, tell him. Yell at him again.
I'm in.
I agree 100%.
Totally in. Last Eli clip of the day. Here we go. Before Keith has to get out of here. Last Eli clip.
Timeout taken by Miami. Pat Shurmur wanting to get Eli this well-deserved ovation.
All right, so that was Eli, his final time coming off the field. A 2-11 Giants versus a 3-13 or whatever it was, Dolphins. Only hope was to hope that the Giants were doing better at that time to get a better crowd at the end when Eli came out. At least we beat the Dolphins,
Whooped them.
Fuck Pat Shurmur.
Yeah. Oh my God, Shurmur, and then the guy before. It's just like
twice on Sunday.
And why was that lady dancing with the baby in the background? Who are you bringing your newborn infant to a goddamn football game?
But was that?
I was like, was that his wife and kid or?
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure though. No, it wasn't his wife. I caught it at the end when dancing around.
Might have been.
Yes.
No, I think his wife's cuter than that.
Yeah. Terzio says one thing you have to say, Eli Manning is like a good bottle of wine, leaves a good taste in your mouth. I mean, he did everything the right way. I think, and now as he goes into his post football career, loving what he's doing with Eli's Places on ESPN Plus and the Eli and Peyton Monday night broadcast. I don't know if you guys, I know Timmy has watched it. If you guys have had a chance to check that out, but watching that and then going back to a normal telecast it doesn't work out. So I know that they're only doing 10 of those this year. I don't know what I'm going to do for the other Monday night games. Terzio, what's the question? He said I got one question. We'll go round robin, and then you come back to us with the question. Sammy says, how come nobody's talking about the $100 for parking at MetLife? $100?
$100 because it's Eli Manning Day.
Wow.
Yeah, I would definitely super kick Kamara if I could. Just for that
wow.
$100 to park there Sunday.
Well, I mean, I know you got your tailgaters, but I would always bus it or train it. I can't tell you how many times I've taken the bus or the train to.
I am not the tailgater. I'm just going to say that. I'd get off the train and walk into the stadium. That's not me.
Yes.
I would hang out in the stadium for 3-4 hours. I'm not a tailgate person because I just get bored in the parking lot. It's like, all right. I mean, when's the freaking game going to
drink enough? And tailgating's fun. Tailgating could be cool.
It is. But I want to get in the stadium. I want to see things. But, everybody's different. For me, if you're a tailgater, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yes. Well, that just means that you have to have even more fun because, it's $100. Terzio, we don't have the capacity to cover NHL as we would want it to. If you know some people that want to do some NHL stuff, then toss me chat me, Facebook.
Also, I had said earlier, actually,
text him
to Sam was I need to get into the parking business because I'm missing something out there. $100 per car.
It's Clover Flex, baby. That's what they use out there.
Read that,
we are getting our money's worth. Gates open at 8 a.m. We are there at 7:45. That's a long day, man. That's a long day. And plus, you can't do that here. You can't. You just stay in the sun. Yeah. Be out here. You're in 90-degree weather.
You die
from 8 a.m. That's when it hits 90.
Well, that's what they do with the Bills games. They're there at 6 o'clock in the morning. The Bills games.
And it's what 12 below zero there in December. All right, let's go round robin. Get us closed out here. Keith, any final comments here as we close out here today?
Yeah, just real quick before I have to jump off after this is Eli Manning, one of my all-time favorite Giants. So glad to see them honor him this weekend. He has brought so much to this organization. I mean, you could spend hours just talking about what he brought to this organization. I was there on draft day at Giant Stadium before his MetLife Stadium.
Still Giant
with
Stadium.
my son, and I was there for the whole experience when he came to the stadium with Archie. I have his jersey. He was the ultimate captain, and will never be forgotten. I hope Danny Dimes steps up and fills some big shoes. And let's see what happens this weekend. I'm expecting big things from the Giants. I'm expecting an emotional win, and I'm hoping we can carry that forward through the season.
Roof.
Yep.
All right, let's go down there. Timmy and Roof. What do we got here?
We heard thunder, so this is what Rookie's scared of. Thunder.
You got thunder up there too. We got it in our area
Roofy.
too.
That's why he jumped up here.
What's the matter, puppy?
Let me say real quick, and two quick things. my favorite part about Eli too, and Strahan said it on the Americas game. If you watch from 2007, he got hurt against the Eagles week 3, 4, and the doctor told him, "You're going to be out 4 weeks." He said, "No, I'm not." Not only did he play next week, he played the next 10 fucking years. Yep. So don't give me that bullshit. The guy was an Iron Man. The guy had balls. The guy wanted to play. That's why I love him. Number 2, I want to thank Marty Schottenheimer and the San Diego Chargers for being douchebags, because a lot of people don't realize the Chargers did not want Eli Manning. They wanted Phillip Rivers because he coached them in the Senior Bowl. But when the thing leaked about Eli not wanting to play, they used that to their advantage and took advantage. They leaked the story about Eli not wanting to play there. So they thought they were pulling shenanigans on us. No, we pulled the shenanigans on you with 2 Super Bowls, and Phillip Rivers is coaching fucking high school football somewhere. I don't know. So fuck you, Marty Schottenheimer. Oh, then again, you know what? Thank you, Marty Schottenheimer. I hope you're there Sunday. So
one of each.
Honor you for being for trying to be a douchebag, but it backfired on you. So
yes,
right.
That's perfect. Right. Screw you, San Diego.
It's a lot of pent up anger for a lot of years. Okay.
There you go.
I'm just glad he does match your shirt. Jeez, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Listen, respect to Eli, man. He won us 2 Super Bowls. I mean, I love the guy. He's my quarterback. I mean, I grew up in the Phil Simms era too. You know, he was a pretty good quarterback. I like him, but Eli, he's the man. Fantastic player. He deserves everything he gets from the Giants. Remember this, his brother had to play with like 70 teams to win 3 championships. Eli stayed on 1 team and won twice. Okay, so I know maybe we might all pick Peyton if we really had our druthers to be our quarterback. However, we ended up getting Eli, and he did very well for us. So Peyton, suck it. Broncos, suck it. I know I'm getting angry about it. Congratulations, Eli. Blessings.
Yeah. Listen, Eli, man, you say whatever you want about him, the faces that he made and this and that, but the man brought us 2 Super Bowls, and you know, for everybody out there,
and class.
No, Eli's right, and class. Terzio has Eli is in the top 5 quarterbacks in my opinion. What is he, 7th or 8th all time in passing yard? Like the man has done it, and to Timmy's point earlier, he played through everything. It was the plantar fasciitis and all these other little nagging things. By the way, plantar fasciitis is not a little nagging thing.
No, that's not a little thing.
He played through it.
Not a little
that
thing.
Shit hurts.
That hurts.
I've never gone through it. I feel like you guys have.
Oh,
it hurts.
Now,
yeah.
But I've heard from people that I know, and it just day in, day out, there was no excuse. Like Eli could have crumbled up and caved to the New York media, and you know things aren't going well. But no, he stepped up, literally, in the Super Bowl. But he stepped up that entire first postseason run. He had 1 interception, and it was a deflection off of somebody's hands in the Super Bowl. He was perfect leading up to it. You know, beating all those teams.
He's a money guy.
He and the fourth quarter, forget about it. If you're down by a touchdown in the fourth quarter and you got Eli Manning, you're calm compared to what maybe a Phillip Rivers who would inevitably throw a pick to end the game. But with an Eli Manning back there, no matter what anybody has had to say about him, the guy got the job done. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings, very successful, great announcer. You know, a lot of fun that they're doing there with Peyton and Eli. But just thank you, Eli. Because if not for Eli, I got the Knicks, and I got the Mets, and I got the Rangers. All right, so not for Eli, I wouldn't have celebrated any championships since 1994 with the Rangers, since 86 with the Mets, and never, ever, I never celebrated a Knicks championship. I celebrated a Knicks going to the finals,
Patrick,
and then OJ jinxed the whole thing. Oh my God.
Fuck it, Patrick.
All right. But that'll do it for us this week. Let's go Giants. Football coming up in about 50 minutes with the Panthers, and who are they playing? The Panthers and the Texans tonight. So set your fantasy lineups. Get your bets in before kickoff. And good luck to you guys. Let's go Giants. Let's go Eli. Good luck. And Timmy, have a blast on Sunday. Take pictures.
I will go live.
Do some video.
I'll go live on this page. Sunday.
We'll do it live.
That's right.
And then John and
don't yell at him.
Sorry, John. I get excited. John and Terzio, thanks for joining in here. John, the sports authorities. Yeah, we definitely post in there. So we appreciate that also. So until next week, we will bid you guys adieu. Peace out, everybody.